Well, hello there, everybody. I won't back down, and neither should you. We'll stand our ground, and man, we dig some little Tom Petty just hanging out there. Absolutely. So, how are you all? Let me get all the buttons here pushed, and I think then we're good to go. Hey, it is Happy Prosperity Day in the Soul Tribe. So, I am hoping all of you are doing exceptionally well, and favor be upon you. Nothing missing, nothing broken. That is the definition of perfection. See, did you? Who figured that out? Huh? Yeah, we're all smart people. Jargo, what's up? Good to see you. So, Doug, how are you? I saw Lori and Lost in Space. Gilbert, how you doing, brother? Up there on the bike, huh? Yeah, my brother, he has a what is it? Is it a fat tail? Yeah. Anyway, he tells me that he loves the thrill, but yeah, he says sometimes that horse gets a little heavy. Hello from Light of the Darkness. Going to have JD on Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that. And it is Monday, so it is Happy Prosperity. Hey, Ballot, how you doing, brother? Saw you got your Lilith shirt, huh? Wear it proud, wear it loud. That's what I got to say. Inlo, good to see you. And Dirty Filthy Money, what's up, darling? Good to see you. Man, it is blowing. Gilbert, I heard that it's blowing in Colorado. Well, I can guarantee you this, brother. They just put out a 2-dog warning. I mean, that's how strong the wind is out there. I mean, holy crap. I mean, it came through about 4 o'clock this morning, and my trash cans were like a quarter mile down the road. I mean, whoa. Go, what's up? Good to see you as well. I'm in DC. Okay. So, excuse me. Hey, Elderberry, what's up? Good to see you, my friend. Would you love you to get Roger from, I've spoken with Roger, and he is always welcomed on here. And I think maybe, just sometimes a different philosophical booth. Gaza, what's up, brother? All the way from down under. Love it, Carol. Hello, good to see you. Guarantee it, Ballad. I'll guarantee it. Yeah. Well, it's like, what the crap? I mean, what happened? And it is blowing all the time out there. So Steve, good to see you as well. Let's see, who's else? Lost in Space. What's up, brother? We get up to 60. Is that 5 feet of snow or 60 degrees? I don't know which. William, good to see you. Penn Greedy, hello. Thank you for the explosion of hearts. So how was your weekend? Okay, Saturday, Sunday. I hope it was good. Mary Wins, how are you, my darling? Good to see you, dear. Grace, hello. What's up? American Bully Grease, hello. How are you? Good to see you. So here it's been interesting weather across the country. That's going to happen. Although it's interesting, folks. So let's paint the picture. And I just give a big shout out to Ben Davidson over at Suspicious Observers. So Ben had a video over the weekend, and it's about this, I believe it's an X7 interstellar cloud. Now, understand, all this has already happened, as Ben pointed out. What we're about to say, there ain't no stopping it. Ain't no matter how much you want to think positive and how much you want to, et cetera, it ain't going to change it. It's already happened. It just hasn't arrived here yet, but it's on its way. So, yeah, this event happened 26,000 years ago. Apparently, there is an event that happened that has to do with our center of our galaxy. I believe it's in the Sagittarius A. Is that right? I believe so. Anyway, apparently it went boom. Now, we don't know how big of a boom that's going to be. It could be, psst, or it could be boom, 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 boom. But it's going to be here apparently in about, I'll just break the difference. Probably about, we're talking 5,000 days, maybe 6,000 days, but could be sooner, could be less than 4,000 days. But it's coming. So we'll see. In the meantime, sit back and enjoy the ride. Apparently, we bought the tickets in the this whole thing. Hey, New Yoda, what's up? Good to see you. So what else? How about this whole thing on the title of today's program, The Great Seal of This Realm? It's very obvious that there is another point of view, consciousness, thought on exactly what the hell we're in here. Apparently, if you are a sovereign, you sit on this throne by the privilege or approval of something, I don't know what. You know, when you see the serpent on the top of everything, you go, okay. Is that a sign? Just saying. So, in the story came across, this was apparently King Charles, which I understand he's a weird dude. Weird dude. But anyway, hey, listen, I guess if you're coronated, his coronation is coming up as king. So anyway, it had to deal with Prince William and his wife, Kate Middleton. And, well, it's official. They are now the Prince and Princess of Wales. The King James, he right there, the same thing. And it's said by the patent letter, so we know what a patent is, spelled exactly the same, that King Charles put forth and by the seal of the realm, the great seal of the realm. And I thought, it's an odd thing. I hadn't really ever heard of that before. So, hey, S. Lee, what's up? Good to see you. And again, to look into this. So I haven't read this agreement, so I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously not on a throne, so where I don't think I'd want to be candid with you. I can't figure out sometimes why people want to be in the limelight, like power. They really want this power, and it's also temporal. It's a royal pain in the ass. I'd walk away from it. Better to be free and flat at broke, according to their standards, than to be weighed down with the burden of the wealth, the title, the power. We got to rethink some of this stuff, man. But anyway, so the great seal of this realm. Now, it's interesting because apparently you and I, because we ain't in the royal bloodline, who knows, we may be, 6 degrees separation, right? That they somehow been granted this authority, this autonomy over you and me. That sucks. And apparently, we consented to this. I mean, this stuff is nuts. And I think about all this and I'm going, okay, so we've got this explosion of light, and that's what they're calling it, of light. It's coming. An explosion of light. And again, we don't know to what degree or intensity. It could be a whimper, or it could be maybe flat blow us away. Our sun, I mean, this could be the real big reset. I don't even think, and this is just me, why would you want to survive that? I don't, I was a survivalist and it got to the point, why? So you want to survive a cataclysm. Why? I mean, all right, if you feel that you can somehow, you want to rebuild the world in your own image, because that's what's going to happen. Why would you want to be here? Do you know how many freakazoids are going to emerge out from under the ground? Baby, you want to talk about a dystopian reality. That ain't going to be pretty. But anyway, so this great explosion of light is coming. Then you got this thing that apparently you and I agreed to this contract. I'm going, okay. I mean, seriously, I have thought, and I cannot remember sitting at a table with my attorney, because you got to have an attorney. No one goes in and signs a contract, Oh, really? And then I thought, well, you know what? Every one of us in this realm called the web, the internet, the net, you have to sign what we call a EULA agreement, an end user license agreement. You ever read it? No. We knew that. Every company knows that. No one reads the agreement. How would you know if there wasn't a clause in there that says that you basically had to ransom your soul in order to participate in this internet, the neural net, the web? Yeah. And I hear people, and I'm right there with you. I dig it. Well, I didn't give consent. If I did, I revoked that consent. Well, we didn't read the contract. We don't even know if it's possible to rescind our consent. And there's apparently those that say they're human. They damn sure look human. I know they crap every day and they take a piss 4 or 5, 6 times a day. Any royal, it's bullshit, just because they think that they have this sovereign, So to Mr. Tom Petty, I won't back down. You can put me up before the gates of hell, but I will stand my ground. So let's continue on. That's all I got to say about that. It would appear that, folks, we're fucked no matter what. We are totally 100% screwed. I don't care if you believe in a Jesus, if you believe in a God, an Allah, whoever. Those sons of bitches ain't coming. I'm just telling you, they ain't coming. Do you think in all of this enlightenment of our species that we have this great ability to define God in all his many different virtues, and that, we have the way to escape? Really? Because I don't remember in reading any of those books a clause, hey, Steiger, heads up, there's this light coming to your planet and it's going to, potentially just wipe your sorry ass out. I'm just saying. And I'm just like, Arlo Guthrie and Aunt Alice's. I'm sitting here in the Group W bench, and you're telling me that I have to make this choice, but you didn't tell me about the choice. You only gave me a single choice, and at the same time, you knew that this was coming. You knew it. Or maybe you're not as smart as you say you are. Maybe you're not all omnipotent, omnipotent, omnipresent. Because I don't read anything in the Gnostics or the Apocrypha or in the canon verses about anything, about any God, any devil, coming to tell mankind, hey, folks, it really doesn't matter. There's something coming that happened way before any of you were even thought of. You think about this 26,000 years ago, where would that put us? Would it put us in the era of sapiens? Are we still in, the Palestine period? I mean, you think about it, 26,000 years ago, this event happened. I don't know. Emperor X says, what kind of light is this? Well, I would suggest to go look at Ben Davidson's video, and it's light. There was an interaction, between this cloud. We caught it. We know we can see it, and now we know the theory of a black hole. Does it really exist? We've never actually filmed one, but we certainly seem to see the effects of something, and apparently. It's like, you have an accelerant and you have the other, which are basically, pretty benign ingredients until you put this accelerant, this foreign object, and yeah. News that this is just a temporary schoolhouse with a big prison yard. Ain't that the truth? So anyway, that is my thought for this. So you got these cats here, these royals, and you got the Klauses, and you got this new world order crap, and everyone thinks that they got the best freaking thing. It's like green energy. Let me tell you something about electric cars. So here's the big thing about electric cars. It's just like the windmills. Do you know the blades are not recyclable? Do you know that they're sitting and beginning to pile up because we don't know what the freak to do with them? We can't recycle them. It's the same thing with lithium batteries in electric vehicles. Problem is, and if you induce those into a high proton surge, or even cosmic rays, they have a reaction. They typically catch on fire. But the other thing about electric vehicles, you may pay an arm and a leg for it, and guess what happens in 4 years? You have to buy new batteries. Guess what those new batteries cost? About the same cost of what you paid for the car to begin with. Yeah. You know what electric cars are designed for? They're a prison car. You can only go like 200, maybe 300 miles at the max. Now, with a gasoline engine, you could simply fill up and continue on. With electric cars, you can't. They're designed to keep people trapped in dense urban areas. There. Boom, baby. And the other thing about electric cars, all you that drive one, you're freeloaders. You're not paying the tax, the road tax. You're not paying the energy tax. So you're a freeloader and your cars are heavier. So you wear out the roads faster. And you jerk, you think you're so cool. So, hey, I got something for you, Elon. How do you tell the other states all the money they're losing from electric cars? It's terrible thing about the truth, I'm telling you. And then there's no way that you can recycle lithium batteries. They're highly toxic. Well, what the hell are we going to do with them? Put them in warehouses? Surely not going to put them in dumps, are we? Ay, 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 ay. The algorithms hate this when you start bringing this out because they can't argue with you. Yeah. And I'm thinking, so what do you do with these toxic time bombs? I mean, that's what they are. And there's wait until we, like today, the Earth has experienced, I believe it's a KP7. We were at a level 3 proton storm. And you'll read it in the papers. You're going to find fires and transformers, substations, computer systems. You'll probably even read about some electric cars that catch on fire. So anyway, we do have fun here. I have to say that we really do. It's a lot of fun. Elderberry said lithium leaching fields kills birds, fly over, and the poison. Yeah, I mean, it's a nasty thing, these lithium batteries. No one talks about it. You don't hear ABC News. You don't hear the far left, the far right. No one's going to talk about it. You don't hear the Biden administration. You don't hear the United States saying, well, you know, what do you do with the batteries? We don't know. It's green. Well, but your green is costing everybody else who has gasoline engines because, you know, they're paying your way. That makes you a freeloader. I'm green. Sure you are. Hypocrite. Anyway, you know, we can do better than this. You know, it's, you know, cold fusion. You know, being able to derive an endless source of energy through cold fusion, extraction hydrogen out of water. We can do that, you know. Well, you can't make a buck on that, can you? No, you can't. Just like with Big Pharma, aren't we finding out some stuff now, kids? Mm-hmm. All that bullshit that we went through. This is an intelligent species. You lock down your population. It's never been done before. You lock down healthy people. I mean, all the nonsense that we're finding out was a freaking insanity. It wasn't even based on science. Yeah, we're real smart. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ay, 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 ay. Yes, Ilo, yes, we are to G3 1, I believe it's, yeah, and it's been going on for quite for a while here. So are you going to walk or fly when you die on the other side? Do you fly? Do you walk? I mean, if you look at this contract, apparently, because I haven't read it, I just hear bits and pieces at it. It's like there's a lot more people stuck here than we can even imagine. Here's the thing. Apparently, those who can't escape are trapped here. Call them ghosts, spirits. And the thing about it is, it's really crowded over there. Here. Yeah, it's a different dimension realm, but it's still tied to this one. And it's true. They say that if you don't know your way out, you don't know knowledge, you become a victim real quick. So people live as victims here, and then they live and exist as victims over there. They say that you try to find a pack. Yeah, strange stuff. I'm telling you, it's just strange stuff. That's all I got to say. Yeah, I heard that. Woody Harrelson. Way to go, Woody. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I loved it. Threw away the script. Who would ever think about doing such a thing? Yeah, Oh, baby, baby, baby. So, boy, we're fired up today, aren't we? Yeah. And if you're feeling a little edgy, you're feeling, yeah, a little, hmm, how shall we say, apprehensive or a little triggery. Yeah, it's because these galactic storm, these geomagnetic storms, they affect us up here. They affect us everywhere. But yeah, you ask nurses and who that work in memory care, where Joe Biden needs to be, but they'll tell you. And I've done my part to help tell others that are in that business that when you start seeing patients with Alzheimer's, dementia, they become very agitated. And you can correlate it directly to when there is a geomagnetic event. Yeah. Okay. Edgy, pissed, triggered. Why you ask? Yeah. Condition normal, all fucked up. It is. It's nuts. My. Yeah, we do keep them riled. Well, thank you for hitting the like button. Always a pleasure, for sure. And let me see if I get over here and go over here. And we'll get that one going too. So anyway, I love this. This is cool. So really just that many, huh? That's what I thought. I saw the numbers and I'm going, well, this ain't right. But yeah, I'm back here. I'm just, I'm driving. I can, look out and just go at these other things. All right. So I had someone write me and said, that I was the most articulate Luciferian they'd ever met. I went, really? Really? Yeah. Luciferian. Wow. How about me? Yeah, thanks for hitting the like button. That's a far out thing. So yeah, I did really. They said I get what the energy was, but it was still kind of funny. It's like, yeah. Said you really should be their spokesperson. And I'm looking at this and I thought, well, I could take it one or two different ways. I could take it as an insult, but then again, it's the old light thing, right? All right. You said it. I'll take the credit for it. So, FUBAR, exactly, Carolyn, exactly. What movie? That was the Memphis Belle, wasn't it? Great movie, by the way. Really enjoyed that movie. You ever get a chance to watch it? That's a good movie. And I guess I took a particular interest in that movie when it came out. Because I actually knew a gentleman, he's long since passed over, but he was the tail gunner in a B-27 Lancaster. Wow. Now, they say that the worst place to be on a bomber was the tail gunner. It was a place that, number one, if you suffered from claustrophobia, figure it ain't going to happen. But it's the bravery that it took an individual to sit back there. Well, he actually laid down in there almost. And yeah, so Holland, thinking of you, my friend, on the other side. Thank you for your service. And the thing about it is, actually got shot down twice. So yeah, interesting. I wonder if it ever came to that in this country, would we find that kind of bravery? Boy, I mean, you look in the face of death every time they went up for a mission. Yeah. And he said that many times, he said he could see the German pilots in this case, that they would make it a thing, hit the guy in the tail. Because he's got a 50 caliber, dual mounted machine gun, firing away at you. So yeah. Anyway, but if you've never seen it, go see The Memphis Belle. Great movie. So Manifesto di Luciferian. Ay, 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 ay. So in thought of that, I thought I would present this to the group today. So this is the Joy of Satan Ministries. So I'm going to read this because I think you'll find this interesting. There is a positive and negative side to all things to keep them in balance, to keep the universe going. There are awful and terrible things that must happen, destructive, deathly things, and there are good and miraculous things that must happen, full of life and creative construction. It seems this would come to each randomly, and it seems thus it should continue this way for eternity. This is not true. And this is the essence of who I am. The world is to evolve out of this. There is always another way to do a thing. That way is far away, but it is still a possible way. Destruction and terror will not always be the other way. But until the time comes when destruction and terror are removed, the world, you must work how the world works. Until that time, that will come in time. This is me, a perfect balance. This is necessary, destruction and creation. Since the time is not yet, and you are in the time that is not yet, destruction and creation are in your hands as they are mine. Do not be afraid to do those things. Until the time comes where these things have found more peaceable means, you must keep the earth in balance. Do not be afraid to destroy. Do not be afraid to create. Listen to me. Create with all your being. Destroy with all your being. You will not be more created by creating any more than you will be by destroying. Are you more created now? Are you here, or are you destroyed? You are here. You will be here as long as I am here, and that is forever. Listen to what I tell you. If I tell you to create, do it, and do it with perfection and pleasure. And if I tell you to destroy, do it. Do not hesitate. Destroy with all your might and pleasure. Yes, I tell you to delight in what you have destroyed. Dictated by Satan, Lucifer. And isn't it interesting that when we put these up between the words of Yahweh and the words supposedly of Lucifer, do I believe that these are the words of Lucifer? I do not. But I do believe in the egregore that has been created in the image of a Lucifer or a Satan. And what you find here is exactly, I can take you to the book of Deuteronomy. I can take you to the book of Leviticus, where Yahweh said to do the same thing. Yahweh commands his followers to destroy, to kill by the sword. You doubt me? Again, read the book of Exodus. Hell, read the book of Joshua. You want to count the death count? And you see, and this is where my problem comes in, because no theologian, doctor, since you and I are in a debate, you cannot and still have not showed me one document, one papyrus, one scroll, one cylinder that ever has Lucifer commanding any human to worship or to kill. But we're replete in the commands of the so-called God of the Bible, the Quran, the Vedic. When a God commands a human to spill the blood of another human, that is not a God. But it would appear that we are in a reality of destruction, creation, Kali. It's the very words of Jesus Christ as well. I just thought you might find this interesting. It is interesting, and I thought it was really interesting as well, that there is a great program in these. This is a 6-month spiritual warfare training program for spiritual Satanists. And I went, well, you know, if you have an opposing team, let's say in sports, you have individuals that will study every aspect of their opponent. And yet it's amazing to me how many people that accuse me of this and how ignorant they are. They won't read stuff like this. Oh, no. You're just here to confuse me. All right. So I want to show you this very quickly because it's an interesting book. It says, as for techniques, who and how to physically attack, ask for guidance from Satan and his demons. They will lead you to what you need to know. Just be open. And remember, if you do the eschatology of the word demons, it is daemon, which means divine ones. So they just talking here. The author says it's a good idea to keep a book, a journal. We all know that. I want to get in here into the techniques because this is really, folks, I mean, even if you don't associate it with, you know, this type of genre, it's still good for meditation. So day 1 through 7, this is practice inducing a trance state. 1, sit comfortably. Do not lie down because you might and most likely will fall asleep. 2, breathe in for a count of 6. Hold for a count of 6, and then exhale for a count of 6. Do this breathing until you are completely relaxed. Ideally, you should no longer be able to feel your body. You get enough saturation of oxygen, it'll happen. Imagine you are climbing down a ladder in the dark. Don't visualize a ladder. Just imagine you can feel yourself doing it. On the exhale, feel yourself climbing a step or 2 down the ladder. On the inhale, feel yourself holding still on the ladder. So we can just close your eyes so you can see it, everyone. You can see it. How many of you are on an extension ladder? How many of you are on a wooden ladder? It works. Now, let go of the ladder and free fall backwards. If you get dizzy, and you just might, or disintegrated, sometimes things can start spinning, or disorientated, just bring your attention to the front of your body and this will stop. This mental falling effect, when combined with deep relaxation and mental calmness, will cause you to enter a trance state. What is needed is a mental falling effect inside your mind. This changes the level of brainwave activity from the wake level, beta, to the sleep level, alpha, or the deep sleep level, theta. Once your level of brainwave activity reaches alpha, you will enter a trance. Once you get the heavy feeling, stop the mental falling exercise. If you don't like the latter, imagine you are in a lift, an elevator. Feel yourself falling on the exhale and holding on the inhale. Or imagine you are a feather. Feel yourself floating down on the exhale and holding still on the inhale. You need a mental falling effect to lower your level of brainwave activity. Keep doing this for as long as it takes. The time it takes to enter trance will vary, depending on your experience with deep relaxation and mental calmness. A trance feels like everything gets quieter, and you feel like you are in a much bigger place. There is a very slight humming feeling in your body. Everything feels different. It feels a bit like putting a cardboard box over your head in the dark, and you can feel the atmosphere change. It's like everything goes fuzzy or slightly blurred. Any sharp noise while in a trance is painful. To bring yourself out of the trance, concentrate on moving your fingers or toes. Once you can move a finger or toe, flex your hands, move your arms, shake your head, reanimate your body, and get up and walk around for a few minutes. What this exercise does. In order to advance in psychic power, we must train our minds. When we are in a trance state, our brain waves slow down considerably. There are two sides of the brain, the left logical, intellectual, masculine side, and the right creative, intuitive, feminine side. The right side is the seat of the subconscious. This is the area of the mind that is open to suggestion and programming, and the seat of our astral power. When the left side of our brain is active in thinking, the right side cannot be accessed. Trance states shuts off the left side so we can access the program, the right side, subconsciousness. It takes training to be able to induce a deep trance state. Deep trance states are not always necessary, but for specific workings, they are very important. Once we train our minds to go deeper and deeper into a trance, this becomes easier and easier and takes less and less time as we become adept. The mind is like a muscle, and for most people, this exercise will be an introduction to a part of the mind that has never even been accessed before. It is very important to never be startled out of a trance state. And let me just say this again. It is very important that you are never startled out of your trance state, especially a deep one. So make sure you are in a room or an area where you are left alone and the phone is turned off. Put that damn thing in another room. Being startled and pulled out of a trance the wrong way can be extremely painful, and the pain can last for days, especially if you're doing energy work in this state. It is normal when in a trance state for any sounds to be very painful. This is because in this state, our senses are extremely heightened. An adept can place themselves in a deep trance within seconds at will. In closing, it is not necessary to always go into a deep trance. With the following exercise in this program, a deep trance is not necessary unless the instructions say so. Always, always, always follow the instructions in this program, and you will be fine. We got a little bit of time. I'll go into the next one. This is the flame of concentration. 8 days through 9. Light a candle and stare at the flame for 2 minutes. Make sure your attention does not wander. And you'll find out many of us have already experienced this in even the courses that we've done on candle magic, that there is this complex structure to a flame. Wow. I mean, man, you get inside that sucker. Wow. And it's interesting as I'm thinking, because apparently this being, Lucifer, which was called the morning star, it said that he stood in the midst of the Godhead stones, the stones of the Godhead, which apparently no other being or creature can do. Yeah. Bet that was intense. All right. Close your eyes and place your hands in relaxed cup position. Palms over your eyes, and concentrate on the imprint of the flame in the darkness. I can see one right now. I don't even have one lit. The image will tend to move across your area of vision. Keep looking for it and bring it back, and keep concentrating on it for 4 minutes. And let me just tell you, here's where you should go and make an investment. You can get one even at Dollar General, I think. Get the egg beaters, the ones that you can actually, go up to like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. Relax and empty your thoughts and tune into your breathing for a few minutes, concentrating only on each breath. I always like to see it as this kind of this undulating of the ocean. There's a rhythm. It's sensual. If you ever have observed it, it's, yeah. What this exercise does, this exercise prepares the mind for one-pointed concentration, which is so important to any psychic astral workings. With the average person, thoughts are scattered and dissipate into nothing. With the trained mind that can concentrate intensely, the thoughts are single-pointed and focused like a laser and have power. 100% concentration makes the difference in astral working. One's will is also developed with this exercise, as a powerful will does not give into distraction. Do not become frustrated or impatient with yourself. It is normal for thoughts to creep in to distract you in the beginning. Total concentration takes time and is one of the most difficult aspects of training the mind. Print these images out. Image 1, image 2, and if you have the ESP deck, you've already got a head start. Image 3, image 4. Says the above image of Satan's sigil was used extensively of many in the 1920s and 30s European satanic lodges. This symbol and a few variations were the main symbol before the Church of Satan's Baphomet, and was created in the late 60s. So you can only imagine some of this, it's like we know about these sigils and we know about the pentagram. Sit comfortably and place the image 1 in front of you. That's the circle with the dot. Relax and fix your gaze upon this image for 3 to 4 minutes. Concentrate on the image and do not let your mind wander. If your mind wanders, just bring it back to the image, and it will. I've told you, I have a closet. It's where I shove them into. It says, close your eyes and visualize this image. The image may fade in and out or move around. Just keep bringing it back. Do this for 3 to 4 minutes. Then this is day 13, 15. Repeat the above with image 2, so on and so on. Far out stuff, ain't it? Okay. So let me know if you would like to have a little bit more of this. That, like I said, these exercises, if you just take it out, the wording, and say, all right, these are good mental disciplines. Many of you ask, well, where do I find information to discipline my mental capacity, to increase my psychicness? It's right there. So I have another book that I will be getting into. This is the book of formulas. And this is really interesting. This is one of these older ones. And I just thought I'd throw this out here. This is a formula for calling the spirit of dreams. It says, Adonai, hear my words and bless my work, and send your angel, Nehemiah, so he can teach me and tell me what I require. Then you put the name in there. It says, great servant of the true creator, which would be, in this case, this angelic being. I don't know if it's human, but, let's just read. And hear my plea and provide your knowledge during the night, in that my body sleeps and my soul awaits you. That just gets into a lot of thoughts there with the soul business. Is it our soul? Is it our spirit? I saw Lucky write, still like to know more about that soul and spirit. Well, I'm right there with you. Formula for calling the spirit of wandering. Adonai, hear my plea and send your servant, Lavaza, who imparts the secrets of wandering. Well, that's what Nibiru is. Wandering star, wandering planet. So he can teach me, and here it is. It's always the he. Where's the she? So, and I got to say this, it's amazing how we've become in a society where everything is so racial. I start asking people, well, tell me the color of your soul, please. I mean, this woke nonsense. Tell me the color of your soul, and then we can have a discussion. I don't care what the outside is. I want to know what's on the inside. Someone said, you scare me. Well, why do I scare you? It's ridiculous. What are you hiding? Okay. So he can teach me the art. Loasa, great angel of the Lord, hear my imploring and grant my fulfillment of my plea. The spirit of the female being. Adonai, hear my plea and bless my work when I ask you to please send your servant, Nehemiah, the spirit of all female beings. There's a new one for us, folks. So she may teach and instruct me. I think you can get probably faster results if you just put Lilith in there. I don't know who this Nehemiah is, but replace Lilith. I can almost guarantee you'll get a response because she is the spirit of all female beings. So she may teach and instruct me in the matter that concerns my request. Nehemiah, the great angel of the true creator, hear my plea and let me be worthy of your instruction. Okay, boy, it is really blowing out there, folks. I mean, it is a blowing. Woo! So we got the spirit of the male being. Aramiel. Okay, the spirit of forms. Isn't this interesting? Celia, the guardian of all forms, comes to me and teach and instruct me in many hidden secrets. Folks, I contend that if there is the Akashic record, then all of this information is available to us. I think we've been taught that it cannot be made available to us, and I happen to think that that's a deception. All right, getting wrapped up in the time here. We got a couple more this week, just to let you know. So here is one from a Christian perspective, and it's based, so how does God and Satan work together on this? Now, this is interesting. The reason why I'm pointing this out, because there's knowledge within everything. We're taught to be bigoted in our thinking. I mean, it's just like someone calling me a Luciferian. Seriously? However, I will say this. I would have a great joy in sitting down and having tea with Lucifer. I'd love it. I think it would be one of the most delightful conversations, intense, no doubt. So this book comes in with the perspective that it's us. So listen to this. So it's everything about covenant. God searches for someone on the earth to display his strength in his behalf. Well, okay, sure. It's by covenant right. And I know about covenants. See, that's the thing about the religion that I came out of. It's a covenant, all right. It's a con, but it's a contract. That's what a covenant is. It's a contract. Why the hell does a God need a contract? And William Shatner, I agree. What does God have need of a starship? So anyway, by covenant right, God cannot just do anything that he wants on the earth. Well, did you know that? Apparently Yahweh, the Elohim, apparently got outsmarted. One way of looking at it. And it says, finally, his last question, this is a question that this guy wrote to this theologian. He says, then you wrote, man became responsible for inviting God into the earth to intervene on his behalf. That's a contract, folks. Man became responsible. So by legal definition, it means that this is apparently a legal right for inviting God. He says, the question I have is this. Since at the fall, mankind basically handed the dominion over to Satan, why isn't it Satan who invites or bars God from intervening? I know Satan would rather not have God involved and objects when God does act, such as they always bring Job in. Always Job. All right. So why does man still have the option of praying to ask God to act or not? Does man continue to have some degree of dominion? Perhaps man has dominion just over himself, but not over the entire earth. Well, going full circle now, with the great seal of this realm, it's what we're talking about here. So who has the dominion? Let me get out of this. The authority on earth. Who has that authority? Who has the dominion? Somebody does. I mean, it's obvious. We're seeing it. We all live in it. Deep stuff, man. But seriously, who has it? And right now, this is just me, but I ain't digging what the scene is out there. I mean, somebody's messed up in the cabasa, man. They're loco. They're crazy. You got so-called world powers. These are people are educated. My ass. They got their head up their ass. They got shit for brains. Biden shits in his pants. I mean, and I got to say, the guy over in China, that's all he's full of. I mean, come on, these are the people that are talking destruction of potentially billions of lives, and then they act as though we're just fodder. That we're supposed to get behind a doctrine. We're supposed to be somehow awoke to what? To insanity? When a species can't even figure out if it doesn't have a penis or a vagina, I mean, folks, it's messed up. Okay. That'll be fun. We got to figure this out, folks, because I'm not seeing any alternatives that are being put out there. None. All right. Why waste useful resources? And that's the whole thing with Gates. That was his whole thing. population reduction. He's on the record for that. He said that the world needs to rid itself of 3 to 4 billion people. I don't like that. It really sucks if you're one of those 2 to 4 billion people. I mean, what? And again, I want to know, who is this person that's got this contract? All right. Well, thank you, folks. This is for, just deep thinkers, free thinkers. It's just our opinion. And, humanity's better than this. We've got to be better than this. I just can't see us going down this same road again. We're smart in this. I hope we are. I mean, what on the other side do we suddenly find ourselves in a realm of idiots? I don't know. Okay. The spell has been broken. I like that. All right, everyone. Thank you. This has been a lively discussion. I mean, and it's just opinions. We all have one, but we all want the same: peace. No more of this conflicts. I mean, it's amazing. People are so uptight. We witnessed this weekend a situation that you just go, what is wrong with people? I mean, people in the middle of a grocery store, getting ready to duke it out. What? Doug, you're welcome. All right. Well, thank you for hitting the like button. And, oh, yeah. This is truly Planet Spango. Right across the world, Watch the movie Mom and Dad Saved the World. Terry Garr's in it. John Lovitz is in it. He plays Spango. So, and that's who I think's in the leadership in this world. They're Spangos. They're idiots. They think they're smart. They think they got all this power, but they're idiots. And here we are. All right. Thanks to you all. Cosmic Jiffy, how are you doing? All right. All my best to you folks. Speaking favor over us all, because we need it. We need it. We need it. Nothing missing, nothing broken. New Yoda, thank you. Namaste to all of you beautiful people. Hey, listen, it's a good place. And yeah. Loretta, thank you. And Scotty Boy and Kelly. Love how excited I get. Well, I am an animated individual, but this is, I love people. I love our species. I just know we can do better. Seriously, folks, that wind must be blowing at least 50 miles an hour, at least. All right, button down the hatches, and we'll see you tomorrow with Miss Trina on a second look. And then Wednesday, we got Mr. J.D. Temple coming on. And so, yeah, we do need the favor, lots of it. And so, folks, have yourself a fantastic rest of the day. Thank you. Thank you for spending your time here. It's an honor and it's a joy. It really is. It's almost kind of the thing like, life-giving kind of stuff. Yeah. All right. All right. Much love, everyone. Until we meet again.